As captain, you can answer a hail when messages from Starfleet or other ships are received. If the message is accompanied by video, it will be displayed on the main view screen. Answer the incoming hail now.
Aegis, this is Captain Uku of USS Huxley. Our system checks are complete. We're ready to go. We'll stand by and follow you out when you're ready.
At any time while on the bridge, you can use an external view to see what is going on outside and around the ship.
Setting new heading.
As captain, you can access basic information about your ship's status. Open your status displays now. The status information available to you is helpful, but no substitute for the more detailed knowledge of your chief engineer. As captain, you have the same maps at your fingertips as your helm and tactical officers. You may use these to aid communication, to identify a target for tactical, or to specify a destination for helm. Targets and nearby destinations are selected from the local map, which shows objects of interest around you. Open the local map view. Now touch any object on the map to select it as your target. Some orders you give to the crew require you to first designate a target or destination, exactly as you just did. When playing alone or with AI members of the command crew, the captain gives orders to the AI officers. To give an order to a specific officer, look at them and use the orders system to select from the available commands. Remember, some commands will first require that you select a target or destination. Try ordering your chief engineer to prioritize power to engines. Some orders apply to the entire crew. To access these orders, look towards the central console in front of you. First, select the closest ship from your local map. Then try ordering the crew to investigate it.
Aye, aye, Captain. Raising shields. You got it. Torpedoes arming. Understood. Dropping shields.
New
Torpedoes
coordinates.
on safe.
Adjusting course. Adjusting heading for new coordinates. Setting course to new coordinates.
Aye, aye. Shields up. Aye, Captain. Arming torpedoes. Aye, aye. Shields lowered.
Impulse engines allow the ship to rapidly traverse great distances within a star system. When playing with an AI crew, you will need to choose a destination and give the orders to prepare for and initiate impulse travel. First, choose a destination from your impulse map. You need to select a destination from the impulse map. Now give the order to prepare for impulse. Your chief engineer will give more power to the engines, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship. Tell the crew to engage impulse flight.
Plotting impulse course. New coordinates laid in.
Plotting course.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Powering engines for impulse.
Laying course for impulse. Course plotted. On your mark. Aye, understood.
The ship's warp drive can generate a warp field, distorting space around the Aegis and allowing you to travel to other star systems much faster than the speed of light. When playing with an AI crew, the captain chooses a destination and gives the orders to prepare for and initiate warp travel. Always bear in mind that charging the warp coils consumes most of the ship's power. The Aegis will not be able to maintain a full combat stance during these critical seconds. To go to warp, first choose a destination from your warp map. You need to select a destination from the warp map. Now give the order to prepare for warp. Your chief engineer will direct power to the warp coils, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship to the correct heading.
Aye.
Preparing for warp. Diverting power.
Now tell your crew to engage the warp drive.
Vector aligned.
Warp coils charged. Warp coil discharge imminent. The warp coils are about to discharge. Warp coils ready.
We're aligned for warp.
Warp coil
On your mark,
charge is
Captain.
about to dissipate. Preparing for warp. Adjusting power.
Warp course is set. Lining up for warp vector.
Warp coils charged.
Aye. Setting quarter speed.
Imminent. Warp coils discharged. Warp coils charging.
Aye, aye. Setting throttle to full.
Warp coils charged. Ready
Aye,
for
aye.
warp.
We're on vector for
Initializing
warp.
warp
We're ready to
protocols.
go.
Allocating power.
Warp course plotted. Aligning warp
Coil
vector.
discharge. Our warp coils are about to discharge. Warp coils charging. Warp coils charged.
Aye.
Warp
We're
coils
aligned
ready.
for warp.
Preparing for
Course
warp.
laid in,
Diverting
Captain.
power.
Warp course is set. Lining up for warp vector.
Warp coils charging. Warp coils charged.
Aye,
Ready
aye.
for warp.
We're on vector for
Initializing
warp.
warp
Course
discharge.
plotted.
Allocating power.
Warp course
Warp
laid
coil
in.
charge
Aligning
is
warp
about to
vector.
dissipate. Warp coils discharged. Warp coils charging. Warp coils charged.
Aye, aye. Throttle to half.
Warp coil discharge imminent. Warp coils discharged. Warp coils charging.
Aye. Warp
Preparing for
vector
warp.
aligned.
Adjusting power.
Warp course plotted. Lining up for warp.
Warp coils charging.
Warp coils charged.
Charged.
Aye,
Warp
Captain.
coil discharge
Maximum throttle.
imminent.
The warp coils are about to discharge.
Warp coils discharged. Warp coils charging. Warp coils charged. Warp coil discharge imminent.
Warp
Captain.
coils ready.
We're on vector for
Our
warp.
warp
On your
coils
mark,
are
Captain.
about to discharge. Preparing for warp. Diverting power.
Warp course is set.
Discharged.
Aligning warp vector.
Coils charging. Warp coils charged.
Captains have control of the main view screen.
Warp
You may
coil
choose to
discharge.
display any of several different overlays on the view screen, with information about your ship's system status. Try the different views and overlays available. Open your view screen controls now.
Charged.
The target and magnify views only work when you are targeting another ship or object. Sometimes, as captain, you may wish to take temporary control over another command station. This allows you to perform any of the functions of that role, then return to the captain's chair when ready. You cannot, however, take control of a station currently being operated by another player. To take control of another station, look at any of your AI command crew and activate orders mode. Now choose the Take Over option. You can return to the captain's chair at any time by tapping the Orders Mode button again.
Moving to new coordinates.
Aye, arming torpedoes.
As Chief Engineer, you support all other members of the bridge crew by keeping the Aegis operating in top condition. You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area. Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As Chief Engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's display now. How you allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you'll need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as Chief Engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now. Now try giving maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first. Before the ship can travel between star systems, you must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils. This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp. Begin preparing for warp now. Charge the warp coils. The helmsman will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Warp coils charged.
When the ship sustains damage, it's up to you to deploy repair crews and get critical systems back in working order. You have a limited number of crews available. You may send multiple crews to repair a single system faster, or you may spread them out to work on multiple systems at once. Activate your repair controls now. We have simulated damage to your phaser banks and scanners. Assign repair crews to both systems to get them back to full working condition.
Phaser array restored. Sensor array restored.
It's possible to increase the power to one or more systems beyond normal safe operating limits by rerouting the ship's power grid. Switch to rerouting mode now. Try diverting extra power to shields by dragging an adjacent power node over to it. You have increased maximum shield strength by drawing some power from other systems. This situation is risky, though. The extra power flowing through those conduits could cause internal damage. When you use the rerouting system, you must keep an eye on the power grid and be ready to make changes as needed. Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As Chief Engineer, You can monitor all systems which are affecting the ship's signature, and gauge the range at which the Aegis will be detectable to other vessels. This information is vital when trying to avoid contact with hostile ships. As the tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them. In order to scan anything or to fire on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. You will often need to scan a target to learn more about it, or to locate people or objects of interest in another vessel. Some objects are scanned with a simple, general scanning action. This happens automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system. When an object has many features to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a single specific system. Scanning is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be faster than scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status, and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly. As tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, the shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They are your best defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew. When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now. There is a delay while power is channeled into the shield emitters before the shields come online. In a combat situation, remember that you need to raise shields before the enemy fires. Photon torpedoes are a devastating weapon. They can automatically track a moving target and deliver heavy damage on impact. However, before you can fire them, you must first give the order to arm them. Arm your torpedoes now.
No target selected.
Each torpedo tube takes time to load. Your supply of torpedoes for any mission is limited, so use them wisely. Target the nearby ship and fire torpedoes at it. Phasers are a versatile energy weapon. They continually charge over time, and when fully charged, your phaser banks hold enough energy to fire multiple shots at your target. Phaser banks automatically track your target, but only if it is within the indicated firing arc and within the current range of your weapons. The effective range and damage of your phasers is controlled by the amount of energy the chief engineer allocates to them. Target the nearby ship and fire phasers at it.
Captain's Log Supplemental. We're continuing our survey of the region. Our current focus is to gather data on the various anomalies we've detected nearby.
Updating our star charts.
Aye, understood. Engines to half speed. Adjusting course for new coordinates.
I have a new report from maintenance to check out.
Captain's log, stardate 225-8.161. My crew is assembled, and we're preparing to disembark on our expedition to the trench. Before we depart, however, Starfleet Command has asked us to complete one final exercise to confirm the Aegis's fitness for the mission ahead, and undoubtedly to test the readiness of her captain and crew.
Captain, we have a message incoming from Deep Space K7. Opening channel.
Aegis, we have a freighter coming into dock, and we've had a little trouble lately with smugglers trafficking invasive species. On your way out, I think it'd be best for everyone if you could just verify the ship isn't carrying any wildlife.
Radiometric converters functioning normally.
New coordinates laid in.
Roger that. Shields raised. Aye, Captain. Torpedoes arming. Yes, Captain. Lowering shields. Aye, raising shields.
Adjusting heading for
Shields
new
lowered.
coordinates.
Torpedoes disarmed.
Shuttle maintenance and resupply has been approved.
Aye, aye, Captain. 1/2 throttle. Moving to new coordinates. Aye, aye, Captain. Throttle to 0. Aye, aye, Captain. Full speed ahead. Aye, aye. 1/4 throttle.
Understood. Shields raised.
No valid target.
Environmental controls are due for a diagnostic scan.
I'll take a look, but you owe me one.
We're getting some odd feedback effects in the impulse engines. Could you check on that?
I could check that out.
Warp core conversion efficiency is down. Can you see what the issue is there?
See what I can find. Impulse engine showing all green. I'm not detecting any unusual life forms aboard the freighter, Captain.
I'll let K7 know the ship's clean.
Routine theta radiation scans all come up clean. I'm in. Target system disrupted. Shuttle maintenance and resupply has been approved.
No target selected. No valid target.
Aye, aye.
Disarming
Initializing
torpedoes.
warp protocols. Adjusting power.
Warp course laid in. Lining up for warp vector.
Warp coils charged.
Charged.
Warp vector aligned. We're ready to go.
Warp coil discharge
Captain,
imminent.
the warp coils are about to discharge.
Warp
Aye,
coils
Captain. We're
discharge.
aligned for
warp.
warp.
Allocating power.
Warp course plotted. Lining up for warp.
Ready
Course
for
laid
warp.
in, Captain.
Charged. Warp coil discharge imminent.
Warp coil charge is about to dissipate.
Warp coils discharged.
Did you look at the efficiency loss of the Deck 2 conduits?
Thanks for the heads up.
Aye. Warp vector
Initializing warp
aligned.
protocols. Diverting power.
Warp course laid in. Aligning warp vector. Course
Warp coils
plotted.
ready.
On your mark. Aye, understood.
I'm picking up a distress signal, Captain. Channel open.
Routine theta radiation scan.
USS Aegis. My vessel has lost all power and our life support systems are nearly exhausted. We have a crew of 6. I request that you take us aboard your ship as soon as possible.
Radiometric converters functioning normally.
Getting irregular power surges. Can you look into it?
Let me take a look at this for you.
No target selected. No valid target.
Aye, Captain. Lowering shields.
Aye, bring her to full stop.
Can you take a minute to confirm the new guidance modules and the escape pod systems are online?
Aye, aye. Shields up.
I am updating your panel, Captain.
Aye, understood. Full stop.
Can you look into that power surge from the right warp nacelle?
I'll have a look-see.
Aye, aye. Torpedoes on safe.
Yes,
New
Captain.
Roger that.
coordinates,
Dropping
adjusting
shield.
course.
All my sensors are running clean and green. Can you run yours and tell me what you see?
It's probably nothing, but I'll take a look.
No target selected.
Aye, aye. Throttle to half.
EVA repairs on the saucer section are complete.
Adjusting course for new coordinates.
Aye, aye, Captain. Raising shields. Arming torpedoes.
Do you mind checking my numbers on the phaser array cooldowns?
I'll put eyes on this.